Welcome to Hargreaves Lansdown's Meet the Manager. I'm Joseph Hill, and today I'm joined by Kirsty Desson, Manager of the Aberdeen Global Smaller Companies Fund, which features on our wealth shortlist of funds selected for their performance potential. With the Aberdeen Global Smaller Companies Fund, you've got thousands of companies from across the world to choose from. So how do you go about narrowing down that opportunity set to the portfolio you have today?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. In fact, there's 6,000 stocks to be precise in the universe, so it is a vast universe. So for us, the only way we believe that you can consistently and objectively review that entire set of companies is by having some form of quant tool. So at Aberdeen, the first stage of our investment process is to use our proprietary quant tool, which is called the Matrix. That has been in place since 1997, which is important because it means that it's been tried and tested through multiple different cycles. So the way in which the Matrix works is that it screens that complete opportunity set across our three core investment principles, which are quality, growth, and momentum, and it also gives stocks a valuation score. From that, we can then hone in on the top scoring stocks which have the greatest propensity to outperform.
Looking at the portfolio today, how is it invested by region and where are you seeing opportunities?
So it's worth remembering that our country and sector weights are really driven by our bottom-up stock selection. But having said that, the US is the largest component of the benchmark. It comprises around 50% of the index. As of today, we're currently underweight the US market. Since around the third quarter of last year, we noticed a change in tone of management commentary, whereby they were becoming more cautious on the outlook. And that led us to reduce our US weighting. In contrast, we're actively overweight Europe. We tend to always have a propensity towards European industrial names where we find very high barriers to entry, solid balance sheets, and very strong management teams. So we're currently overweight in Europe. Again, we also noticed at the start of the year that the market was unfavourably disposed towards European stocks and valuations were very low. And since then, we've seen a very nice rally, particularly in Germany. Likewise, we are overweight in the UK. Again, we find very strong management teams, high quality companies, and a number of our UK names have actually outperformed on a global basis. Elsewhere, we have scope to add to some of our weightings in emerging Asia and Japan. I've just come back from a trip to Japan actually, and I was very much encouraged by the ongoing corporate reform story that we're seeing increasingly coming through at the small and mid-cap level.
And smaller companies are an area of the market that have historically benefited from lower interest rates, but since the pandemic we've seen rates rise quite significantly. How have the companies you're analysing coped with that, and what are you seeing valuation-wise at the moment?
So I'm pleased to say that we're now at or past peak rates for most geographies. Certainly higher inflation and higher interest rates was painful for the small cap market, but we believe that we're now through that. Certainly most developed markets, with the exception of Japan, are in the process of cutting rates. Today, I think markets are preoccupied with what we're seeing on a geopolitical basis and the subsequent growth concerns that come out of that. Hence, we're not necessarily seeing markets perform as we would expect in a falling rate environment. I would say, though, that small caps offer more protection than large caps in the sense that they are under-owned, and like you rightly point out, valuations are at a significant discount to the large cap universe.
And reflecting on your career so far, what top investment tip have you picked up along the way that might have been useful to know back when you started?
I say to all the young people that join us in the team, listen. This job is a very humbling job and one can never know more than the market. So always keep your ears open, listen to every input that you can, and then evaluate the investment case.
And who would you say has had the biggest influence on your investment approach?
So I'm lucky I've had a number of incredible bosses who have supported me throughout my career. And when I started at Aberdeen, I worked under Harry Nimmo, who had built up the UK small cap product at Aberdeen. And he distilled the investment process down to these three simple pillars of quality, growth, and momentum. And the advantage of having such a simplified process means that fund managers can then eliminate the noise and hone in on what it is that is crucial to understanding that investment case.
And outside of work, how do you switch off?
Well, I've got 2 boys and a dog, so life outside of work is fairly busy stroke chaotic at times. Our dog has just had puppies, in fact, so we're having a debate at the moment as to whether we keep a puppy or not. So I think that will certainly keep us busy for the time being.
Great. Kirsty, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.